Flood insurance premiums could rise and property values fall under a plan to change the way risk is calculated under the National Flood Insurance Program. Right now, the Federal Emergency Management Agency uses flood zone maps as the primary tool to determine rates. A new rating system would also consider the distance a building is from the coast or other water source, the cost to rebuild, and different types of flooding, such as intense rainfall.
Those people that have flooded in the past can expect higher premiums come end of next year. And those people that have not flooded can expect, hopefully, lower premiums.
Mark Egan, president of the Metairie-based Egan Insurance, predicts the new risk rating system could hit New Orleans property owners pretty hard, especially when you consider recent heavy rains like the one that flooded parts of Mid-City during the August 5th flood 2 years ago.
They're going to take it from a shotgun approach to more of a rifle type approach, where each individual home or businesses will be looked at as to their past history.
Louisiana Congressman Garrett Graves spoke during a committee hearing on the National Flood Insurance Program last week on Capitol Hill. He testified that flood insurance reform should include a commitment from the federal government to complete flood prevention projects.
You know, there's $100 billion in authorized projects through the Corps of Engineers, and we're providing about $1 billion to $1.5 billion annually for construction. We'll finish it approximately never.
The goal of the new rating system is to keep the National Flood Insurance Program afloat. It now has about a $20 billion debt. Paul Murphy, Eyewitness News.
And the new rates are expected to go into effect for single-family homes October 1st of 2020.